Mrs. Dukwe Atoki is a lawyer of over 35 years' experience in commercial and human rights law. She has served her country, Nigeria, in diverse capacities, including as a member of several presidential committees constituted by the federal government of Nigeria. She has also served the African Union in various capacities, including as legal consultant to draft different protocols and international instruments, and as commissioner in the African Union of Human and People's Rights, the foremost organ of the African Union to promote and protect human and people's rights in the continent. Her advocacy on the peaceful resolution of crises in Africa and her election as the chairperson of the said commission, making her the first Nigerian woman to head an African Union organ in her capacity as the chairperson of the commission. She has traversed many African countries meeting presidents, seeking peace through human rights compliance. Some of the African presidents include Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan of Nigeria, His Excellency Alassane Ouattara of Côte d'Ivoire, Ms. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf of Liberia, His Excellency Mohammed Ould Abdel Aziz of Mauritania, Salva Kiir Mayardit of South Sudan, Olusegun Obasanjo of Nigeria, and Jerry Rawlings of Ghana. In further search of peaceful resolution of Africa's problems, she has collaborated with the United Nations and met high officers, amongst whom are Mrs. Navi Pillay, the United Nations High Commissioner on Human Rights, Remiges Hey Hensel, President of the United Nations Human Rights Council. Following her outstanding performance at the continental level, Mrs. Dukwe Atoki was appointed the Director General of the Consumer Protection Council, CPC, by the Nigerian President, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. She assumed office in May 2013 at a time when consumer abuse in every sector of the Nigerian economy was pervasive and operators' impunity very repulsive. Nigerian consumers have had to contend with poor telecom service delivery, shoddy treatment of airline passengers, defective products without opportunity for redress, and operators' impunity. However, within her short period of piloting the Council's affairs, she has demonstrated commitment and focus by making positive strides towards repositioning the agency for better performance. As her first step in the right navigation of the ship of the Council, she developed a 4-year strategic plan to redirect the Council from its hitherto haphazard approach to addressing consumer issues to a new regime of a coordinated and well-articulated framework for the Council's operations. Mrs. Atoki is a woman of many honors and awards. Prominent among these are the 2013 Gusi Peace Prize in Manila, Philippines. The Asian counterpart of the Nobel Peace Prize was given in recognition of her significant contributions to peacekeeping in the realm of human rights advocacy in Africa, making her the first Nigerian and the third African woman to receive such honor. 2013 Joint Award from the Open Society Foundation, the Nigerian Bar Association Human Rights Institute, the Pan-African Lawyers Union, and the National Human Rights Commission, Nigeria, in recognition of her advocacy on human rights in the African Union. The African Regulator of the Year 2014 Award from the African Business Leadership Forum in the United Kingdom. This was given on the strength of our administration's performance in the Council. Outstanding Woman of Kogi State, Nigeria, from the government of our home state. Plaque of Honor presented to her by the community's monarch, His Majesty Obaro of Kaba, Oba Dr. Michael Olobayo, in recognition of her achievements. Mrs. Dukwe Atoki can rightly be described as a trailblazer who has many firsts to her record. She is the first head girl of the Federal Government College, Ilorin, Nigeria, the first female lawyer in her community, the Oweland, and the first female Director General of an agency of the federal government of Nigeria from her community. At the international level, Mrs. Dupe Atoki is the first Nigerian woman to head an African Union organ, the first Nigerian woman to receive the Gusi Peace Prize International, equivalent to the Nobel Peace Prize. She is married to Gbenga Atoki, a lawyer. She is blessed with 3 wonderful children. Teniola, a lawyer, married to Niyi Ojolakpe, who works with the United Nations in New York. Folajimi, an engineer and entrepreneur, married to Kali, a lawyer. And Temitope, an economist, married to Yinka Agbaje, an architect, and they both live in London. Mrs. Atoki is also blessed with 5 lovely grandchildren: Ayomide, Ayomikun, Oluwanifemi, Monifeoluwa, and Ayomilekan George. Mrs. Dupe Atoki is a devout Christian, and in all these achievements, all glory must go to the Almighty God.